Welcome back to Brush Up Your Game. Today we are looking at Empath. This is a power from Cosmic Conflict. I know it from the original Eon days. But Empath is kind of a spiff on Pacifist. Let's see, how many other powers can I work in before I'm a loser? You wouldn't want to be a winner. And let's ace the sentence. Okay, there we go. Empath. Empath has the power of harmony as a main player after either, important note, either main player reveals a negotiate, and the other main player reveals an attack. You may use this power to change the revealed attack card into a negotiate. You and the other main player then attempt to make a deal. So, again, this is either main player. So, you play a negotiate, they play an attack, you're in a deal situation. So it's kind of unlike Pacifist, where you play a negotiate, you win. This is, hey, we're going to be in a deal situation. We're going to be able to swap colonies, swap cards from our hands, maybe do a little bit of both. Let's make things interesting, right? You want to play this power if you're creative in deal situations. But here's the other side of it. The threat of being the player who's going to make these deals. The threat of you can play negotiate and torpedo somebody's first encounter. Say, yeah, we're in a deal situation. Make it good for me. Otherwise, we both lose. I'm okay losing 3 ships to the warp. You'll lose 3 ships to the warp, but that also ends your turn. You don't get a second encounter. That's the mental mind game you have to play. As the defense, if you play an attack card and they play negotiate against you, you might say, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and use my power. Because for me, I'd rather be in a deal, because at least I'm going to gain something. And maybe you had allies that were on your side or on the other player's side. Well, on the other player's side, you don't much care. But on your side, and you got away, do you want to give up that many defender rewards? Probably not. Would you rather be in a deal situation for yourself? Yeah, I think that's where you got to make that decision and got to go, oh, yeah. Let me do that. Now, on the offense, I think more often than not, you got to play the game of, if I played an attack and you played a negotiate, unless I really have a valuable hand, I'm just going to land. I'm going to take my win. You can take cards out of my hand. Whatever. I'll live with that. Now, I think there's 2 situations you got to be aware of where you might actually want to use Empath and get in your deal situation. Situation 1, you do not have enough encounter cards where if they were to take them, you don't get your second encounter. Maybe that's okay early on, right? Not much hurt there. You're going to have plenty of opportunities to make deals throughout the game. But late game, you just got your fourth colony. You want to get your 5th, or at least have a shot at it. Option 2 is you brought a bunch of offensive allies. Let's say 3 or more allies. It might be better to go deal situation, work with 1 player, especially if that player's behind in the colony count, and make it work, especially if it's a second encounter for you. Plus, you're showing goodwill. This is a tabletop negotiation. You got to have friends, at least for right now. You spread a little goodwill out there. Plus the empath, he's got the nice little smile. Who could ever hurt a little creature like that? No. That's a creature where there's probably something hiding in there, and that's out to get you. But yeah, those are at least some ideas where some different ways we could play Empath. Now, let's go look at the flares. And I know, this is wall of text. So, let's zoom in a bit here. Empath Wild Fantasy Flight Edition. Play this flare when you attempt to make a deal. If you successfully make a deal, you and the other player in the deal each receive 3 defender rewards. Hey, that's a way to incentivize making the deal. You can say, hey, I'm behind on the foreign colony track. I'm going to need a colony. I'll give you some cards, but you know, we're both getting 3 defender rewards, so that works. Now, it also came with a classic edition. So, you all make a choice before. We saw this with Filch. There's a Fantasy Flight Filch, and then there's the classic Filch, the crazy Filch. This is not quite as crazy, but it's a little more of a weird way. Use this flare only as a main player. For the rest of the encounter, you may remove 1 ship from any colony, your choice, to the warp for each player who does not say sir or ma'am, whichever is appropriate, each time he or she speaks to you. Yeah. Again, it's kind of the fourth wall flare. I'm not the biggest fan of that flare, but it is kind of a zany cosmic thing to do. Our super for the Fantasy Flight version is a main player or an ally. If the main player opposing your side reveals negotiate, you may exchange it for an attack card from your hand. Conclude the encounter as if he or she revealed that attack card. So that's a way to help bolster your power, and I do like that super. That's a very good super that helps you do more of your power. The super from the old version. As a main player or ally, if the main player opposing your side reveals a negotiate card, you may exchange it for an attack card from your hand. It's the exact same card. It's the exact same thing. The only thing that's different is the wild. So, yeah, Empath. Solid power. One that you have to kind of think about how you're going to utilize it. And definitely play some mind games. Now, it's not my favorite mind game power. That's definitely Sorcerer. Will I swap? Will I not? Is the Iocane powder in the cup in front of you, or is it in the cup in front of me? Turns out it's in both. But yeah, there's a lot of good stuff there. And as always, we end with the flavor text here. Eons. Wait, that's not self-referential at all. Eons of overpopulation force the highly social empaths to cooperate in order to survive. On their lush tropical planet, they learned the value of deference. Deference? Deference? Either way. And yielding. Now they are striving to teach harmony to all other cosmic life forms. One bludgeoning encounter at a time. That's my own little add-on, but anywho. Empath. Give it a go. I think it's worthwhile. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep brushing up your game. Take care.